you next Tuesday. I'm Jay Chung, and this week we are gonna go down memory lane. So this past weekend I went to my dad's. I had to clear out some stuff. So I found a lot of old wrestling stuff. So I cannot wait to share. I still have stuff over there. I thought I had grabbed more, but I didn't. So I'll have to do another video podcast because I left my report or my project or whatever it was, and I really wanted to read it. So I'll have to do this again. But for now, holy cow, it was so nice to go through the stuff. I mean, my brother hated me going through my stuff because I took such a long time. But like when you're reminiscing and you forgot you had certain things that you kept, and my husband knows, but like I'm a huge memory what's that word? Anyway, I love to keep memories, and I like physical things for memories. So anyway, let me just show you a few things for this week. First off, I pride myself in how I tried to get booked in promotions when I first started out. And when I first started out, I was mainly managing. Now, back in the day, it was absolutely hard, very hard for a female manager to get a job, without anything being said about her or rumored about her. Anyway, I wanted so badly to have that respect as a female manager because I absolutely loved managing. I still love managing. If I could manage, I would still do it. It's something that, I didn't do just for fun. Like, sure, you do wrestling for fun because you love it so much and that's your passion, and your passion should be fun and not feel like work. But, I took it seriously. I did what any wrestler would do. I studied tapes, and if that sounds silly to you, I'm sorry you feel that way, and shame on you, because managing is just something that I love. And, it's not just walking out with your client. It's, knowing their move sets, knowing your client like entirely, from the way they walk out from the curtain, the way they move in the ring, what their moves are, their finishing move, like all that stuff you need to know. And, well, obviously, like matching with them is like a whole other thing. But, I pride myself in doing that homework. And, anyway. So one of my things was that I always made sure every time I traveled, I always made sure I had 8x10s ready, and I had this sweet thing ready. It's a VHS. VHS, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I always made sure I had these in pre-made envelopes, so they were ready to hand out whenever. So this is my Jade Chung Pro Wrestling Manager tape, and it sounds really silly, I know, but it's mainly me managing, but like doing spots and showing my range of managing, meaning that I can get in the ring, I can take the bumps, I can do, what needs to be done for whatever story they're telling in the ring. It's showing how I can mold myself into my client's character and just being as a team, and just kind of enhancing my client in that way. So I always made sure I had these in my bags, at least 3 of them, so I could hand them out. And it's so funny because like I wish I had a VCR to pop this in and like take a look. But I have my website. My website was jadewrestling.com. My email that I don't really check because, well, nowadays you just have like DMs and stuff. And then my old phone number. I don't know if you catch it, you write it down. Good luck to those who has it now. Oops, sorry. Not my number, so call it all you want. Anyhow, this was a good reminder of the respect I had for myself. And you know what? A reminder for everyone else to think highly of yourself. Do things professionally. Don't give a shit what other people try to say about you. Just do your thing. Do what you know is right and what is professional. That with me, like my entire life and my entire upbringing, you had to do things obviously politely and professionally. So I wanted to make sure that everything was done right wherever I went. And if you listen to my podcast episode with Prince Nana, we talked about how I got booked for Ring of Honor, and it was actually from meeting Prince Nana at an NWA cyberspace show in New Jersey. And he saw me and he's like, "Oh, do you have stuff?" I'm like, yeah, I have it right here. He's like, "Okay, you know what? You don't have to." Did he give it to me? Yeah, I gave him one of my envelopes that I already had, and he said he was going to give it to Gabe Sapolsky. And so yeah, so it came in handy, and I'm glad I did that. VHS, guys. VHS. Another thing I want to talk about, I found this nifty Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine dated back in November 2009. So I looked through, I have like a few magazines, and usually I buy the magazines if there's like a little small picture of me in it, or an article of me in it, or even like a stupid mention of me. There's like no picture, but like my name's in print. You know, you just gotta be proud of yourself because no one else will. So, yes. So this was one of them. My pal, Dan Murphy, when he used to work for PWI, he had a column called The Straight Shooter. So he did a little article when I hosted Ring of Honor, when I hosted their after party. Yeah, one night I used to have a sports bar called the Champions Den, which I based it out of mainly pro wrestling and MMA. I had big TV on, playing wrestling all day, playing MMA all day, and I had pictures everywhere, you know, obviously my pictures, and I'd have like autographed pictures. I had Brett's autograph he did for the bar. I had Ric Flair's autograph that he did for the bar. I should have grabbed those, but I gave the Bret Hart one to my husband, which he is going to add it to his collection downstairs in his workout area. And I'm gonna give him, I gotta dig out the Ric Flair one to give to him to post up too. Anyhow, it was a neat little article. I can't believe I said neat. Anyway, sorry. Pretty dope article. That's the cooler word. And yes, so when I found that, I also found this. I got this made too. Are you ready? I got this made for the bar because it was a must-have. I had this championship belt made. So this is my logo, the Champions Den sports bra. I was about to say sports bra. Sorry. Sports bra. I did it again. What an idiot. Sports bar. Okay. The C was made out of the octagon. And obviously the belt. So, yeah, I can't believe... I forgot about this. Yep, so this was the belt that I hung up over the bar. It's so cool to see, so I don't know where I'm going to put this. Probably end up in my husband's workout area, along with other cool stuff he has down there. But I couldn't believe it. This thing was so expensive. Anyhow, memories now. I'm sure people will ask, managing a sports bar is tough as hell, especially when you open one during, what's it called? Oh, it was 2009, and it was where like all restaurants, everybody got hit. Forget what kind of time it was called, but it was just awful for all restaurants in Toronto, anywhere. I think in Ontario alone. I'm not sure about the States, but like we did good, but we didn't get enough. There wasn't enough people going out anymore. So took a hit. I don't regret it because, I learned a lot, and I was able to say that I managed a sports bar. And it was a lot of fun. I mean, if you're not doing new things, then, how are you enjoying life? And again, after wrestling, and this is before I went back into wrestling, after wrestling, you are just feeling empty. And so this was my thing to kind of, have my part in wrestling still. And it was so great that Ring of Honor had their after party with me, and it was a lot of fun to catch up with all the boys and to see everybody. Everyone was so supportive, so it was really, really nice. Oh, and I should have read this. One part in the magazine, I read bits of this, and I wish before recording I should have read the entire article, but there was this last part that Dan wrote, and it just, my memory is just awful. So reading this part was hilarious to me. Jade had an opportunity to reconnect with her old friends from wrestling on July 24th and 25th when Ring of Honor stormed into Toronto and had their official after party at Jade's restaurant. We were shoulder to shoulder packed, Jade wrote me in an email the following Monday. The fans loved that they were able to hang and take photo with the wrestlers. Jade, frantically pouring drinks and making food, paused just long enough to grab some photos with the crew. Necro Butcher reportedly offered to lend a hand if he could get hired as a waiter. Necro was... Not only is he such a sweetheart, but he's hilarious as well. And I remember that now because all night he was just like, "Can I help you? Can I help you with anything? Here, I'll serve these drinks. I'll give it to them. I'll cook some food." And yeah, he really wanted to help out. I think him, and same with Chris Hero that night. Anyhow, that was... having the sports bar was a lot of fun. On my previous episode, if you listen to Paul Lazenby, that's how I met him, and we've been friends ever since. He was in town, I guess, and he came up with his friends from Kitchener, which was a little over an hour away from my bar, and drove all the way to just check it out, say hi. I think he came to the after party. I can't remember. He came, and then either the following next day or the day before that, he came by again to introduce himself. So, some good people in my life, you guys. Okay, here's my last thing I wanted to share with you. I gotta be careful because it still has my address on there. My old address, which is still a valid address. Anyhow. Ugh, stacks. Okay, so anybody know what this is? Well, now you do, right? So these were the WWF magazines that I was subscribed to, and I loved it. My parents let me subscribe to it for like years, and I had stacks upon stacks that I kept, and all in like great condition. I kept the cover on it so it wouldn't get destroyed. But years ago, we were cleaning out my dad's place again, and man, my brother hates junk. Okay, he hates junk, and he made me throw out my stacks of WWF wrestling magazines, which I wish I did not, because it still makes for great reading material, especially when you just want to look back and see like where these wrestlers are and everything. And I sifted through some of the magazines, and it's hilarious, okay? Hilarious. So anyway, I remember now, I kind of like shoved a handful aside and like shoved it under my bed there, so I didn't have to throw it entirely out. But I had forgotten, and I thought I tossed them all out, and I've been sad since that day, and it was years ago, probably like 7 years ago. Let me tell you, when I saw the purple peeking out in the back when I looked under the bed, I was like, no way. No freaking way. I like went and grabbed them, like dug them all. I'm like, yes. How many do I have here? 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, so I only have 7. But let me tell you, so good. Okay, 5 of these 7 are like 1999. The other ones were 2001. Okay, so the 1999 magazines, if you go to the very last page, they have a column called Pin 'em Down. Okay, this is where fan mail gets printed and the wrestlers respond. And it's hilarious because to me it was hilarious because I was answering the wrestlers' response in their tone of voice. Now, I'm probably not going to do it on here because I do not do good impressions. My husband does, not me. But I wanted to go through this. I wanted to read some. Hilarious. Okay, let me find some. Okay, this one is the issue. Trouble in the Jungle. Oh my. Sable and Mark Merrill. Okay. Let's see. Wait, I want to sift through. So much Owen Hart in here. Oh, and this was the best thing too. When they had the shop zone, why don't they call it a shop zone anymore? It was so good. Anyway, this jacket, I wanted that jacket so bad. So bad. Obviously didn't. How much was it? $50, and that was a lot of money back then. All right. Oh, look. Hang on. There's a little centerfold here. Oh. Where is it? Oh, keep going. Okay. Here's the centerfold. I'm going to try and fold it in a way that you can see it. See the centerfold? It's Sable. My husband will probably rip that out. He was a huge Sable fan. Okay. Wow. Okay, sorry. I should do this on my own time. Okay, so I'm going to pick some from here. Okay, I didn't read this one yet. Okay, here's one. Dear Bret Hitman Hart, do you think you could ever become friends with Steve Austin? This is from Lee in Alberta, Canada. Bret answers, you know, I expected a better question from a fellow Canadian like yourself. You have the same mentality as the rest of those sick American fans, so maybe you should move to the United States where you would feel right at home. You think after what that punk has said and done to me, I would ever become friends with him? Am I supposed to forgive him or something? I don't think so. Strong words from the Hitman. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, that's the best out of that. Let's see the next issue. Dude Love. This is October 97. Let's check the back. Oh, here we go. Dear Wild Man Mark Merrow, how do you feel about Sable becoming a star while you were sidelined with your knee injury? This is from Lee, again from Alberta. Hey, does this guy have like a, or girl? It's Leigh. No. One was a Lee Burse, and the other guy is a Lee Bursey. Both from Alberta. How did he get his questions in here? I think he's the same person. Anyway, Mark Merrill says, it's always why Sable this and why Sable that. Well, let me tell you something, Lee. Why doesn't anyone ask Mark Merrill about Mark Merrill anymore? The entire time I was sitting at home watching Sable model merchandise from the various superstars I fought with. Sure, it got me upset. But Sable is going to learn quickly who the real star is around here. Oh, here we go. Dear Ahmed Johnson, how could you let your fans down by joining the nation? I thought you were the best, but not now. This is from Stacy. Did you back me up when I was trying to get my shot at the World Wrestling Federation title, Stacy? No, you didn't. So don't even try to play that with me. You know why I joined the nation? And that's to get mine. Now you can just sit back and watch us reek something, it's all blurred out, like a bad storm here, around here. Here's a good one. Okay, these are all good. I'm just gonna read them all. Dear Owen Hart, I know that you are already married. Oh, this is a good one. I read this one before. Okay, let's start over. Dear Owen Hart, I know that you're already married, but I was wondering, what do you look for in a woman? This is from Jamie in Virginia. As they show a picture of Owen and his son. Okay. You honestly think I would spend my time explaining my likes and dislikes to an animal like you? Ha! And to top it off, you're from Virginia, the armpit of the United States. What you should do is ask that question of your cows on your farm instead. At least you might have a chance with them. Dear British Bulldog, what would you do if one of your fellow Heart Foundation members challenged you to get in the ring? Justin from Phoenix, Arizona. I'd fight them fair and square like a real man would, you idiot. Does everyone a heel here? Okay. Unlike your backstabbing society in the United States, me and my family are a cohesive unit, and we don't have a problem stepping in the ring like true gentlemen. And if I were to get pinned, I wouldn't go around swinging chairs or bats like your heroes do. You know, I'm noticing a lot of, like you people type of answers. Nowadays, you can't talk like that. Nowadays, there can't be a like Canada versus US or whatever. All right. August 1997. Titled Heart and Soul. Aren't these fun? They're hilarious. I hope you're finding it hilarious too, because this is all I'm doing. No, is there not? Oh, there it is. Okay. Pin him down. Okay, Rocky Maivia. This has to be good, right? Was he a good talker before he was The Rock? We're going to find out.
Grab my official podcast tee up in my Pro Wrestling Tee store. Please follow and subscribe. I appreciate all of the support.
Dear Rocky Maivia, since you were offered the prestigious status of High Chief back in your homeland of Samoa, what made you come to the World Wrestling Federation instead? This is from Carrie in New Jersey. Well, Carrie, it took a lot for me to turn down the offer from my people back home. I thought long and hard about it, and I came to the conclusion that at this point in my life, there were other things that I needed to do. My decision to compete in the World Wrestling Federation allows me to carry on my family name in the ring, and that is an honor more sacred to me than anything else I could ever dream of achieving in my life. Well, it was definitely a Rocky Maivia answer. Very good. This is good. Dear Hunter Hearst Helmsley, being a man of such refinement, how can you possibly find yourself with such a beast as China? This is from Deborah from Ohio. First of all, you pathetic excuse of a woman. Don't ever talk about China in that manner. How a behemoth like yourself can sit on your gargantuan derriere, stuff cookies down your throat, and have the energy to even generate a pathetic letter such as this is beyond me. To put it simply, I view China as a woman who has gone out and accomplished what all other women in the world only wish they could. Good answer. Good answer. Okay. Next one. We've got two more here, so we'll see. Ooh, this is a good one. I'm going to have to look at this. December 97, the Hearts declare war on Michaels. And if you didn't know, oh, and I found so much of my old centerfolds of Shawn Michaels. I was a big fan. Big fan. Okay. Pin 'em down. Dear Sonny, will you ever manage again in the World Wrestling Federation? Babe, you're about the millionth person to ask me that this year. Maybe you should get some kind of award for that. Not. As far as me dusting off my manager's license, hun, I'll do that when I find someone who is up to par with my taste. And I'll let you in on a little secret. I've got my eye on a few superstars as we speak. I like her answer. It's good. It's good. Here we go, more trash talking of other countries. Dear British Bulldog, I'm from England, and I was wondering if you ever missed being back in the United Kingdom. Finally, a fellow countryman asking an intelligent question instead of the stupidity I usually get from those Americans. Anyway, I don't often get homesick when I'm around Brett and Owen because I constantly have my family around me. But there are always those times when I think back to growing up in Manchester and I can't help but hate this garbage dump called the United States even more. Dear Stone Cold Steve Austin, are you happy with the support the fans have given you? Josh from Alabama. Hell, son, I could give a rat's ass whether the fans cheer me or not. Don't make no difference to me. Yeah, you could buy up all the Stone Cold merchandise you want, even shave your head if you feel inclined, but I still ain't gonna be kissing no babies or shaking hands. The fans pay to see me get in the ring, but as far as being friends, that shit went out the door a long time ago. Fire! November 98. Hello, ladies. Throwbacks. Oh, and another thing that I loved about it is, well, I guess it being in magazine form and not online, but they printed all this stuff so quick. Like, they had all their pay-per-view write-ups and photos in here that I loved. Okay. Pen them down. Dear Triple H, do you want to add a new member to DX? Kevin from Virginia. Let me make this crystal clear, Kevin. Unlike other groups in this business, DX likes to keep it tight. We're the lifeblood of this business, the young lions who are the real deal. On the other side, you got a bunch of old men trying to act like teenagers. And it makes me sick. Myself, X-Pac, China, and the Outlaws are the only stars we need to stir shit up around here. And if one day I come to the decision that we need a new member, believe me, he or she will be worthy of joining us. Oh, and by the way, 2 words. Fuck it. I find it funny how he said a bunch of old men trying to act like teenagers. All fun and games, guys. Okay, we've got one more. The last magazine is The Oddities. Sun in the Clown. This is December 98. Love Luna. Love Luna. Don't care for ICP at all. Funny story. I think this guy, is his name Joe? When I was doing the Michigan indie scene, I worked a few shows that they were on. It wasn't their show. It was like another promotion. But he got his friend to come ask me out for him. First of all, you can't do things for yourself. Not a lot of people are going to say yes. You get other people to ask people out for you? We're not in high school anymore. Actually, we're not in grade school anymore. And just so my husband doesn't ask me later after watching this, the answer is no, I wouldn't have said yes. Okay? Saying if he came to ask me himself. Okay, this is the last pin him down. Man, I wish I had more of these issues because these are hilarious. Okay. I hope it's a good one. Oh, okay, here's two more. Oh, here, so we had Rocky Maivia one. Now we have The Rock. Dear Rock, how could you have called yourself the people's champion when you didn't even give the fans respect? Andy from Tennessee wonders. You see, Andy, it goes like this. The Rock knows you love him. The Rock could give two pieces of monkey crap about the handful of fans who boo him, and those are the ones he doesn't respect. Don't misunderstand what The Rock is doing out there in the ring. The best damn Intercontinental Champion may be a little cocky, but everything The Rock does, he does for you. So I read that one before, but I did it more from what I thought was like The Rock voice. I can't do that on camera. I can't do it. I'm sorry, guys. I am not good at expressions. Okay, last one. Dear Paul Bearer, were you mad that Kane joined The Undertaker? Steve from Boston. Of course I was mad, you idiot. At The Undertaker. Your phenom destroyed my beautiful family and turned my own flesh and blood against me. Mark my words. Get it, Mark? I don't care if it takes until I'm on my deathbed. I'll make that walking corpse pay for what he did. Well, guys, that does it for Pin Him Down. I really miss that. I want to see that in magazines. Can we see it in magazines? Possibly an Impact magazine. People still buy magazines, or is it all digital copy nowadays? I don't know. I'm sifting through here. Oh, I guess there was. They did have. Aw, that's like school stuff. That's so cute. They did have calendars with wrestlers' birthdays on them. That's cute. That's cute. Okay. Well, guys, that does it for, here, I'll show you what my other ones were. China's Secret. What was her secret? I don't know. Anyway, what's my other one here? January 2001. And Taz. Oh, I will share a story. In the I think older magazines, you were able to send in, oh look, Kevin Kelly answers the emails. You were able to send in artwork, and they would always feature it. They'd always feature it in the table of contents. So they'd always have like a little side here. I drew, and I'm not just saying that because I did it, but for my age, I can't remember how old I was. I was probably 9. I drew Shawn Michaels. I drew him in his red and white zebra outfit. It was such a good picture. I wish I knew to take a picture of it somehow before sending it to Stanford. Man, I was proud of that art, and I thought for sure I was gonna make the magazine. Didn't. It was crushed. Spent a lot of time with it. Anyhow, guys, I hope you were entertained by those, because I definitely was, and I knew I had to share it because it was funny. Yes, next time I go to my dad's, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna get more stuff, and I still have a shoebox full of old independent wrestling photos that I'd love to share with you guys, and I guess some stories. I posted on my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Facebook that I'm not really on, so if you ever, have something to say, Twitter and IG, that's where it's at. I put out a question on what you guys wanted me to talk about, and I've got so many great answers. Thank you guys so much. I will definitely try and touch on every single subject that you guys asked me to, so thank you very much. That does it for this week. I hope you liked the stories. I hope you liked the pin 'em down question and answers. I hope you liked my championship belt. There you go. I'm the champ. That does it for this week. See you next Tuesday.